I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts,
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out.
You don't want to live with no regrets. I hate to see what's happening to Gervonta Davis right now. I hope he get it together. That rematch is out there. It'll just be sad if this derailed him.
I'm sure you saw the news what took place earlier today with Gervonta Davis being arrested.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I heard whispers that Devin Haney has a Hall of Fame career right now. I heard the whispers. But guess what? We're not paying attention to this. We're on our way.
The boxing world is reacting to Gervonta Davis's recent arrest, and questions are now swirling around the possible cancellation of his anticipated rematch with Lamont Roach. Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins shared his thoughts, saying he hopes Davis is released soon and urged him to put family first. Hopkins stressed the importance of mending his relationship with the mother of his children, adding that staying positive and focusing on his career is the key to moving forward in the right direction.
I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts,
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his ex-girl, his kid's mother, can get things together and look forward and be positive going forward.
Antonio Tarver, a respected voice in the boxing community, expressed concern over Gervonta Davis's recent troubles. He stressed that athletic success alone isn't enough. True greatness also requires growth outside the ring. While Davis has proven his skill as a fighter, Tarver believes it's now time for him to look inward and prioritize personal development. He also criticized the current generation of athletes, noting that many lack strong mentorship and proper guidance, especially when it comes to handling fame, pressure, and the temptations that come with it. According to Tarver, Davis's current situation is a reflection of this larger issue, and it's disheartening to see such a talented fighter face setbacks, especially with a major bout on the line.
I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but there's this mindset. The fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently, he's gonna fight Jake Paul. Like, it's in and out of boxing right now.
Hey man, I don't know, but get these guys the bag so they can get the hell on if they not committed and dedicated to the sport. All they want is a bag. Give them a bag so they can go, bro. I mean, let these fighters that really want the shit. Let's parade them. Let's get behind them. Let's support them. Let's build them. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. But I just hope and pray that young man get it together. He's at the top of his career, prime of his career. I would want him to be remembered more by the things that he's doing in the ring rather than out. But, sometimes you gotta win in life too before you can get in that ring and win. And sometimes life is harder than any opponent that we could face. And I just hope he get it together, bro. I feel like a lot of these young men don't have no mentors, bro. It ain't no more handlers in the game, bro. It ain't nobody taking care of the camp. These guys out here on their own frequency, bro. And I just think there's no more leaders in the game, bro. They're not going to where that real energy is that can really humble these guys a little bit. We only got a short period of time to be professional boxers. This shit is over quick, bro. And you don't ever want to live with no regrets. That'll hunt you, bro. That'll hunt you when you know you had the ability to be the best. You don't want to live with no regrets. I hate to see what's happening to Gervonta Davis right now. I hope he get it together. That rematch is out there. It'll just be sad if this derailed him.
Sports journalist Mike Coers sparked conversation across boxing circles with a tweet that read, "Gervonta Davis, arrested yet again." Slated for August 16th rematch with Lamont Roach, that's now in even more jeopardy. His post raised serious concerns about the highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, scheduled for August 16th. With Davis once again facing legal troubles, the status of the fight has become uncertain, leaving fans and insiders wondering whether the bout will proceed as planned. the timing of the situation has only intensified the debate, with some speculating that the fight could be postponed or even canceled altogether. Amid the controversy, Lamont Rematch responded with a short but powerful message on social media. In a video filmed from inside his gym, Rematch appeared calm and focused. "We still here," he said, sending a clear signal that he's staying ready. Regardless of what happens with Davis, Rematch's discipline and composed response have earned widespread praise from fans who admire his professionalism in the face of uncertainty. Another influential voice in boxing was asked about Gervonta Davis's recent situation. He declined to comment. In a brief exchange, Haney quietly deflected the question, suggesting that some within the boxing community prefer to withhold judgment until more facts come to light. His silence may reflect a broader sentiment among professionals, choosing to observe the situation carefully rather than engage in speculation or public criticism.
I'm sure you saw the news what took place earlier today with Gervonta Davis.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I heard whispers that Devin Haney has a Hall of Fame career right now. I heard the whispers. But guess what? We're not paying attention to this. We're on our way to the Mount Rushmore of boxing.
Reactions across the boxing world have been mixed, with many fans expressing suspicion over the timing of Gervonta Davis's legal issues. Davis has now faced multiple offering incidents coinciding closely with major fight announcements. This recurring pattern has led some to question whether it's just bad luck or something more calculated. While there's no confirmed evidence of intentional delays, timing has sparked speculation that these setbacks might be used to sidestep difficult matchups. The rumor mill intensified when Twitter user Kyle Makachev posted, "Breaking news, Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Rematch 2 is canceled." The typo didn't stop fans from reacting, and the post quickly spread, adding more tension to an already uncertain situation. Though no official announcement had been made at the time, fans took the tweet seriously, and the conversation both online and offline exploded with questions about whether the long-anticipated rematch would ever happen. Amid the growing controversy, champion boxer Claressa Shields offered a heartfelt response. She acknowledged Davis's talent but pointed out that his recent interviews suggest deeper emotional challenges. Shields encouraged Davis to seek professional guidance not out of weakness, but as a sign of strength. She emphasized that mental health is just as vital as physical training, and her words were widely praised as supportive and compassionate, urging Davis to prioritize his inner well-being.
Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff, when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters, and it's just like to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids, and he's not signed with TMT. Mayweather, promotions, anymore. Yeah. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy. Yeah.
I think he would be better. And even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP, because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight, So I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me he just needs to take some serious time to deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have.
Gervonta Davis has previously opened up about the emotional pressure he faces when stepping into the ring with high-level opponents. He admitted that fighting elite talent brings a unique kind of stress, one that often goes unnoticed by the public. This rare moment of vulnerability revealed a deeper, human side to Davis, reminding fans that even world-class athletes are not immune to self-doubt and mental strain. His honesty shed light on an important truth in combat sports. The internal battles can be just as demanding as the physical ones.
No, I feel pressure. It's not me fighting home, but the pressure I feel is from like what I want to do to, you know what I mean, do to that person, or like that's showing off my skills. That's showing that I ain't ready to be fucked with. So that's the pressure.
And why do you think this fight is?
Boxing analyst Dan Raphael recently tweeted that the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Rematch lead set for August 16th was already unlikely even before the latest developments. His comment reflects a growing belief within the boxing community that Davis may not have been fully committed to the rematch from the start. Whether due to personal distractions, emotional stress, or shifting priorities, it appears the enthusiasm behind the bout had started to fade. Now, with new complications arising, the future of the fight feels even more uncertain. Some fans are pointing to a familiar pattern. Back in 2022, Davis encountered legal trouble just 10 days before his scheduled clash with Ryan Garcia. That historical parallel has reignited speculation. Critics argue that these recurring issues, often surfacing right before high-stakes matchups, are becoming too frequent to ignore. While there's no confirmed motive, many are left wondering whether these disruptions are purely coincidental or something more calculated. Asterisk.
The shot of Tank. Listen, innocent until proven guilty. I don't know what transpired. I don't know any of the details. This is the information that is available to us as of this recording. So again, I'm saying unfortunate news because Tank Davis is scheduled to fight, and he's scheduled to fight in 11 days, and it's almost midnight my time, Pacific Standard Time. So that means really 10 days. Does this affect in any way? Will this affect Tank Davis and his fight? You know, I don't know. I don't know all the details, but we've seen stuff like this happen before in the past. And since it's so fresh, today being December 27th, I don't think it will impact or, you know, postpone his fight or anything like that, because it'll be too quick to go to trial or anything like that. However, some would wonder, could this affect him mentally, right? You left Mayweather Promotions, you're your own boss, doing your own thing. So this is your first foray into that. You have a difficult Olympian in terms of Hector Luis Garcia that you're getting ready to fight, a little bit taller and bigger than you. And, you know, now you have something in the background. This, I can't say is news to Gervonta Davis in terms of him having little run-ins, because he had a run-in with some type of vehicular hit and run or whatever the situation is. So he's had court cases before. We'll see how it all plays out.
Social media erupted after reports surfaced that Lamont Rematch had some strong words for Gervonta Davis, according to World Boxing News. Roach allegedly accused Davis of backing out of their rematch out of fear. He's scared to get embarrassed. Roach reportedly said. He didn't stop their issuing a direct challenge. Step up or step aside. The tension between the two fighters continues to escalate, even without official confirmation of the bout. Roach's comments have added fuel to an already volatile situation, raising doubts about whether the fight will move forward. Throughout his career, Davis has spoken openly about wanting to grow, not just as a boxer, but as a father and individual. He has even mentioned the possibility of retirement, expressing a desire to step back from the spotlight and focus more on his personal life. While he hasn't recently reaffirmed those plans, this latest challenge from Roach could become a defining moment in his journey, either a turning point or a sign of deeper changes to come.
Latest challenge could be a turning point.
What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, back with a gem. Checked out the press conference yesterday. Watched the Rise podcast. 2 days ago, watched the Rise podcast response to it yesterday. And I just have to say, I see a lot of people think that, you know, Tank is bluffing with the retirement talk. Could be. I doubt it, though. And I'm going to tell you why I doubt it. When he talked about wanting to seek therapy and the person he has to be in order to be the fighter that he is, and wanting to be a softer person, you know, for his daughters, and wanting to seek therapy and become a better person and be with his children and lead a limelight. It seemed like a lot of emotion and passion in that. He seemed like he really meant what he was saying. There's a lot that comes with not only boxing, you know, because, you know, all fighters deal with certain things with being a boxer, you know, physically and mentally. But he has to deal with being a celebrity, you know, an international star on top of that. And I can't even imagine that pressure. So, you know, things get old, you know, your whole life gets scrutinized. No matter what moves he makes, you know what I mean, it's going to be accepted by some and, you know, ridiculed by others. And some people grow tired of it. You know, living a public life ain't for everybody. He's been tremendously successful, whatever he decides to do. You know, I wish him well. I think we need to, you know, watch this Lamont Roach fight closely, because we've seen this in the past when Mike Tyson talks about his heart no longer being in it. Or, you know, you heard Buddy McGirt recently come out and say, you know, the fire left him, you know, while he was in camp in the middle of a run. I mean, it happens. And, you know, we don't know how it's going to affect him as a fighter. I would hope, you know, he could find it in himself to be motivated and get prepared, you know, and be the best version of himself. Because, you know, as a Tank fan, I don't want to see him in a ring in any other capacity. You know, if he can't bring himself to be the best version of himself, then I think he should walk away. But regardless of what he decides to do, for people like myself, you know, I've had a great time, you know, watching his career. I wish him the best in his personal life. He didn't say he's retiring immediately. He just said he's going to fight 3 times in 2025, and then it'll be over. You know, whoever those 3 fights he chooses to fight, you know, we have to respect it. And I would just say, you know, enjoy him while he's here. Because, you know, everybody in sports, whether it's boxing or otherwise, is only going to be active for a certain amount of time. And once it's over, it's over. So instead of, you know, Monday morning quarterbacking, ridiculing or criticizing, I think he's been a very special talent, and we need to enjoy him while he's here, because the end may be really near, according to what he's saying. That's all I have for y'all right now. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.
Many believe this may be the right time for Gervonta Davis to take a step back, reflect, and make meaningful changes, both personally and professionally. Even before his recent legal troubles, signs were emerging that Davis might not have been fully committed to the rematch with Lamont Roach, according to some insiders. Delays in finalizing the contract and reports of inconsistent training suggested a possible lack of focus. Now, with legal complications entering the picture, the odds of the fight actually happening have grown even slimmer. As of now, the bout remains officially unconfirmed, leaving fans and analysts alike in suspense, wondering whether this highly anticipated rematch will ever take place.
Spence.
Lamont is signed and ready to go for the rematch, correct?
Yeah, we signed still. Y'all play so many head games, it's not even funny. Let me tell you something, bro. Lamont Roach has never been this big of a fighter before. Everyone knows Lamont Roach now. So he could be reaping the benefits of just enjoying his status of having that draw with Tank, while Tank is the one with the eye of the tiger. Tank is probably in the gym training his ass off, and then sign the contract like, all right, we got to fight when? June. Oh, shit! Let's hurry up and dash your ass. Sugar Ray Leonard did that to Roberto Duran. Duran was told that he had a fight in a couple weeks, and he was like, dude, I'm 190 pounds in Panama, which is why Roberto Duran was out of shape in the No Mas fight and was like, no mas. So Tank could be over there working, sign the contract in 3 weeks, and all of a sudden Lamont Roach got to put a training camp together.
Reports suggest that Gervonta Davis has shown interest in a separate deal involving a potential showdown with Shocker Stevenson under the Turkey promotional banner. The lure of that high-profile matchup may have shifted Davis's attention away from the scheduled rematch with Lamont Roach. If negotiations for the Stevenson fight are moving forward, it could explain the delay or possible cancellation of the Roach bout altogether. Davis's career has already seen multiple moments that sparked public concern and debate. These latest developments have reignited those discussions. Some fans expressed disappointment, while others still believe Davis can regroup and return stronger for now. The atmosphere remains uncertain as the boxing world watches closely to see what path Davis ultimately chooses. Asterisk.
So Gervonta Tank Davis was arrested today for boxing, but it wasn't an opponent, it was his wife. He got arrested for battery and domestic violence charges involving the mother of his children. According to the reports, he was accused of slapping her in the face and then hitting her in the back of her head on Father's Day. Oh, now what a twist. Me personally, I don't know what was in Gervonta Davis' coffee that morning. I don't know what he got going on, but if I'm rich and I have money, I'm not hitting no woman. I'm not hitting a woman, period. But especially if I have money. Maybe I just picked a good girl, but my wife has never made me angry to the point where I wanted to punch her in the back of the head. Now, sometimes I wanted to pick her up and tombstone her, but you know, some of those times I let it go. But a lot of people are saying that Tank Davis is a great fighter, but just a terrible person. They're saying it's always the same thing with this guy, just a different day. But then again, we got to be two-sided in this world. I know it happened multiple times, but we don't know what his baby mama is doing to him. We don't know. Great thing for me, and it should be an amazing thing to you, is we shouldn't care what goes on in these celebrities' households. I just see him on a boxing ring, and I cheer just for the boxing aspect. Now, him being Muhammad Ali at home don't got nothing to do with me. But it do look kind of crazy in your name when you're a famous person. Davis, man, stop hitting that girl. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
Adding to the wave of social media reactions, one user, Benji, tweeted, "Gervonta Davis has found a way to successfully duck Lamont Roach. This is comical." The post reflected the frustration many fans are feeling, while also highlighting the disbelief that such patterns continue without clear resolution. Though public opinion remains divided, one thing is certain: people are still watching closely. It's also worth remembering that in a previous legal situation involving Davis, accuser later retracted her statement and clarified that no harm had occurred. That incident led many to approach future allegations with more caution, emphasizing the importance of waiting for verified facts before making judgments. At present, the situation remains under investigation, and no official conclusion has been reached. Asterisk.
Davis was charged earlier this week with assault and battery against his girlfriend. Initially, she said he slapped her and threatened to kill her, and he was arrested. He denied everything, and now she's saying he didn't do anything, which is what he said. So what happens next? Generally speaking, a court date will be set. Davis will have to appear as a defendant, and his girlfriend would have to appear as the alleged victim. But a lot of times the alleged victim doesn't appear because they recant the accusation like she did. If she doesn't appear, the prosecutor can do several things. First, the prosecutor can just dismiss the case because the alleged victim isn't there. They can't proceed without her because her initial statements accusing Gervonta of hitting her are inadmissible. They're hearsay. And she's not there to be subject to cross-examination. So they can either dismiss the case or ask for a new court date and issue a warrant for her to appear. If she doesn't appear, either the first time or the next time or the next time, the case will be dismissed. Because she said he didn't do anything anyway, so it should be dismissed, right? What do y'all think?
That's it for today's video.